Hello, everyone. This is Tarot by Sherry. I'm Sherry, and what I want to do today is unpack that, whatever that was last night. It was officially called the Joint Session of Congress Address. So, yeah, what I've done is I've pulled the cards out from the pre reading that I did, and I just kind of want to dive into that for just some more clarity of what we saw last night. So, without any further ado, I just want to jump right into that. So here we go. So that original, these are the cards that I got in that original base reading right here. These are those cards. So I'm just going to kind of go through these again. What I got was there was going to be some serious Emperor Palpatine energy, and that was because what really stood out to me in this card was that was this cloak and this Five of Swords. So this is yeah, just winning at all costs. But what have you really won? It's just a lot of fives are just these are. Ugh, they're just harsh cards. And then, so this is, his bringing his Emperor Palpatine energy and all the bluster, all the lies. Everything he said was a lie. Everything. So I'm not going to unpack every lie because I would never sleep if I did a reading on every lie. So just know that that's what that was. Now, what's interesting about what I got, and it was so plain last night because I went back after that, whatever you want to call that, and was like, oh, it just made perfect sense. This combination right here, this was the Democrats. This is a person who has power, but they're not the king. Okay, they're not in the highest position of power, but they used their power last night for the people. If you go back and look in that original reading, what I said was this is kind of giving off that energy of you shall not pass, which was real. And I know you shall not pass is from Lord of the Rings. Emperor Palpatine is from Star Wars. What can I say? But anyway, back to this. I digress. This was the Democrats holding the line. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of them last night. Especially Representative Al Green. Big shout out to him. Okay, so this is the Democrats, the compassionate party that doesn't want to see these cuts, that is not going to stand for these lies. And even though they may not have the majority at present, they are holding the line. You shall not pass. You will not get away with this. That is exactly that energy they brought, and that was awesome. And so then here was the King of Cups, Mad King Don, just, blathering away. And the message was those Russian talking points. We make no doubt, the United States official position is now to align itself with Russia. The American people have not. Okay? The majority of the American people have not aligned with Russia. Some of us are old enough to remember the Cold War. Okay? So, that is Mad King Don and the illusion. The illusion, everything he said was just like, what economy is he looking at? Because he's not looking at the current economy. Maybe he was looking at, Biden's economy. But this is just illusionment. He put it all out there, all the Russian talking points. That's exactly what this card was. So when I did the original reading, I was having a hard time with this card, with these two cards. I was like, what is that? And now I'm like, of course, that's those are the Democrats. Okay. And whenever I was like, okay, I need more clarity on these two right here. And what I got was going to be these three cards. This is like some kind of deals, working towards something, coming together, and there's still work to be done, but working, and it's like behind the scenes, something that's kind of hidden. And then the Queen of Swords making decisions. It's almost like the Justice Department, which we did get that Supreme Court ruling out today about USAID. But this was specific to what is going on with this queen and sword. So as I look at this more, I'm kind of wondering if I know the Republicans last night, they were on their feet cheering because what choice did they have? But I'm kind of wondering if there's not going to be some kind of bipartisan group that doesn't come together and they're working in secret to put a stop to this. Because it's somebody who is wielding their power even though they may not be in the highest position of power. to put together some kind of deal that they're working on. Okay, so these three cards, I will definitely be watching these to see what comes out of this. Because this kind of tells me this is something about, what's going to happen as a result of this. Okay, so, yeah, that's, pull this up real quick. So yeah, I will, whenever I do readings, I always like to go back and check on, where was I right? Where was I wrong? Tarot gives us this, I always say, it gives us this, it's like a fuzzy picture. And as things kind of get closer to, whatever we're asking about, to that event, that picture becomes clearer. And one reason to go back is because now it's like, well, duh, the Queen of Cups is the Democratic Party. So that just helps me become, a better reader too. And it also, it's like, well, this is where I was right. I mean, I was pretty darn close. It was the energy of Emperor Palpatine. It was nothing but bluster. It was nothing but lies. And the Democrats held that line. Okay, I love the energy that they brought last night. So one thing that I do want to do a follow-up on is, are there going to be any repercussions to the Democratic Party for what they did last night? Yeah, let's see. What are the repercussions going to be of that? Real quick. Okay. So the repercussions from last night. Will there even be any repercussions? And the repercussions to the Democrats, these are hopes and dreams. This is the Star card. They controlled the beast. They were in control last night. They showed him that they are not going to be controlled by him. They are the one in control. I love this card. Just, the woman controlling the orange beast says all you need to say. That just says it all right there. Okay? And then what's coming in is, next up is the budget. Okay, this is going to be the budget. This is going to be, this is the next fight that they have. Okay. And then messaging, what's the messaging going to be around money? Because everything, I mean, Trump can stand up there and say, oh, this is the best economy in the world. But you look at the price of your groceries and the price of eggs and the price of gasoline, and then you watch your 401k. Okay, maybe not do all of that at once, because it kind of almost sends you into a panic. And I will be doing a reading coming up next week for the economy. But the messaging is, this is what's coming in. Messaging about money. And the Democrats know they've got the truth on their side. I mean, you can look at your 401k, you can look at your financials and go, oh, yeah, no, Trump's full of shit. And this is their strong card. This is where the American people are going to come together. Okay? And the outcome, going back to happier times. So I don't think there's going to be any repercussions to the Democrats. I think it's almost like I get this feeling like, especially with this is having a good time. This is happiness. This is laughter. It's not that they're having a good time and not that this is funny, but it's almost like, did you see whenever Trump introduced Elon Musk and they all laughed at him, or the Democrats laughed? It's this kind of energy. That's the kind of energy they're bringing. They are bringing around, you all have fucked around and now you're going to find out. Okay. And I think, they're bringing the anger of their constituents. And that's what needs to happen. And they are not, look for some really strong messaging around this budget. Don't be surprised if there's not a bipartisan group that comes together to kind of put a stop to this madness. And that the Democrats our country rests on their shoulders right now. And, if just even a handful of Republicans will find a spine and stand up to this. I did read an article that was showing that that was talking about how the Republicans are terrified. They're terrified for their safety if they go against Trump. Well, you know what? George Washington probably worried too, but he still did the right thing. Okay? So that's kind of what's coming up here is, Democrats are they're not kowtowing. They are not going to have, if there's repercussions, it might be some, stern words, but, okay, whatever. I don't, whatevs. So yeah, that's looking really good. Let me pull pull this back up. So yeah, that is where the reading is today about that thing that we saw last night. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. My goal here is to, in that entertainment, if you find yourself empowered, that is the goal for this channel, is to kind of, we see the news, and it's like, makes us, a lot of anxiety. And I will be doing readings on like the bigger stuff. As I said, I can't track down every lie because I would never sleep if I did a reading on every lie that he told. But I'll look into the major stuff. And it's just a way for us to kind of like, okay, take a breath. What's the energy surrounding this? And then what can we do going forward? What can we expect? What can we look for? So keep the calls going. 5calls.org, favorite organization. I use that daily. So yeah. Thank you for joining me, and check out my other videos. Check out the WTF, the weekly tarot forecast for this week. I was talking about how the Supreme Court was front and center, and we got that ruling today. That is going to be one that I absolutely follow up on, because I think now we're getting to that point of crossing the Rubicon. Is he going to continue to defy court orders? And that is, I think that's that piece that we're going to start seeing some shifts. I mean, hopefully with some of the Republicans, especially ones that are in swing districts, will start hopefully standing up. But I'll definitely be doing readings on that. So yeah, check out WTF for this week. Check out the pre-reading, and then come back, and then, I've got the post reading here, and I'll keep posting these, and we will get through this together. So thank you for spending some of your time with me, and have a great day.